Hello and welcome to Explain the Charts. Today we are analyzing the GBPUSD pair on January 26, 2025. Let's start by reviewing the latest news and events impacting the GBPUSD. Recent news suggests a strengthening US dollar, which could put downward pressure on the GBPUSD. However, positive economic data from the UK could potentially offset this trend. Now, let's turn our attention to the GBPUSD daily chart. We observe a recent downtrend, with the price currently trading below its 20-day moving average. There is significant resistance around 1.25 and support around 1.23. The current price action suggests a bearish trend, but we need to examine other timeframes for confirmation. Let's narrow our focus to the past week's price movement on the daily chart. We observe some minor price corrections, but the overall trend remains bearish. It's important to note the volume patterns to identify periods of high volatility. The volume patterns could help predict the next significant price movements. Now let's analyze the 1-hour chart to observe shorter-term trends. Here, we're focusing on the price action within the last 24 hours on this chart. Several small consolidations are visible on the 1-hour chart. The short-term trend suggests potential bearish pressure if it breaks below the immediate support level. We can compare these short-term movements with the overall long-term downtrend we saw on the daily chart. We're now zooming in on the 15-minute chart to analyze very short-term price fluctuations. We can pinpoint price swings within the last hour on this chart. Here, the price action shows more short-term volatility compared to the other time frames. We're seeing quick price reversals on the 15-minute chart. We must be careful here. To summarize, let's recap the important price levels we've discussed. On the daily chart, there's key support around 1.23 and resistance around 1.25. The short-term support and resistance levels on the 1-hour chart are harder to identify because of the noise in the data. On the 15-minute chart, very short-term price swings are prevalent but lack significance. Based on the current market conditions, there's a higher likelihood of a bearish trend continuing in the short term. However, if the GBP receives significant positive economic news and breaks above the 1.25 resistance, we could see a bullish reversal. Traders should be wary of quick price reversals, which are quite common on the 15-minute chart. It's important to consider various scenarios in the GBPUSD market. Things to look for include significant economic releases from both the UK and the US.